Yeah, morning.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, we'll start today's session. Is anybody recording this? Okay, I'll ask Shubhashish to record.
Hello, ma'am. It's already in record mode only.
Aha, is it? Okay.
If you see in a left side, a red dot is
Oh,
there.
yeah,
If
yeah,
this has
yeah.
a timer, that's exactly
Yes, yes.
recording only happen. If red
Yeah,
dot
yeah.
is not there, then it will not be recorded.
Sure, sure. Okay. Can everybody view my JDoodle compiler?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes, very clear.
Okay, so we will start with that ternary operator. Yesterday, there were some syntax mismatches, right? So I will start with that. So what is ternary operator, first of all? You have a condition. Is anybody having that? Okay, I think I have it. I'll take it from my list. What is the syntax of ternary operator? I don't think I have it in my document. Okay. Anyways, so first we will give a condition and then we will mention two statements nearby. So if the condition is true, the first statement will get executed, or else the second statement will get executed, right? So we will see that. So we will execute this. So first x is having 15, y is set to 25, z is set to 10. Now I am checking in the condition part. If x is greater than y, then you have to type x is greatest. Okay, that is the first. X is greatest is the first statement. Now in the second statement, okay, just a second. Okay. So what is the condition here? X should be greater than y. If x is greater than y, the statement 1 will get executed or else statement 2 will be executed. So if is x is 15 and y is 25. So obviously the condition is false. So the statement 2 will get executed. So when the statement 2 is getting executed, y is greatest will be printed. This is the format of ternary operator. You first give a condition and then a question mark and then statement 1 colon statement 2. Any doubts in this one? Ternary operator?
Okay.
We'll move to the next one.
Yeah, you can move.
Okay. So we were having some list commands also pending, right? So we'll see that. So yesterday, where did we start? Okay. I'll just comment these, or else every time these commands also will get executed. Okay. So the next command in list is ljoin. Now, first you're creating a list with some values. Okay. So in this list, my list, I have 3 values: apple, banana, and cherry. Now I need to combine the values in this list with a variable, like a colon or a semicolon, some any variable, any value. Okay. So what I have to do is I will be using ljoin command. So ljoin command and then the list name and then the value with which you need to join the list. So here I have added comma and then a space. So my values in the list should get joined into one value with comma and space in between. So in this portion you can give anything. So in my case I've given comma and space. So now I will execute this. It is just join. Yeah. So it is just join, not ljoin. Okay. Please note that part. So puts dollar my list. Okay. So in the first statement, you can see just the list. I have just printed the list. So all the values in the list will get printed as such how we saved it. Next, in the joined list, after executing the join command, my list has been joined with the argument that I have mentioned in between each of the values. So apple, comma, banana, comma, cherry. That's how you'll get a joined list. So in this place, you can add any value. Any doubts in join? So what is the syntax for join? Join and then list name and then value with which list should be joined. Okay, this is the syntax for join. We'll move to the next one. Now we have seen join. We will see how to split a list. Okay, we'll move to the next one. I'll comment all of these. Now, can you see what I have made? Just like how we gave a value with which the list should join, I have mentioned a value with which this list should split. So here split is the command, $str is the list name, and this is the value with which the list should get split. So I've just given a character P. So wherever the character P is present, it will split the list wherever the P is present. So the actual list is apple, banana, and cherry. Now I'm going to split the list wherever P is present. So wherever P is present, that value will be removed, and from there the entire list will be split. Can you see the output here? In apple, both the P's are removed. And instead of in that place, just a white space, it's just been mentioned that it is split there with those braces. And then LE is separated, and from LE to cherry, it did not see any P. So that will be one part. That will be one entire cut. There will be no cuts in between. That is why we are saying flower braces from LE to cherry. This is how you can split a list with any value that you mention. Any doubts in split? I'll try some other character also. So wherever A is there, the list is cut. You can compare from the example that I have highlighted. Wherever A is there, the list is split, and it is basically making a separate list. Wherever that splitting character is mentioned, it will remove it and make that one value. So you cannot see A anywhere. Wherever A is there, there will be a cut. Understood? Any doubts in split and join? Any doubts? I'll move to the next one.
No question.
Okay.
Well, Krishna, so you were saying that is like, whatever the letter which you mentioned that is going to get removed when you are using a
Yeah.
split, right? So without the flower braces, can we able to print? Is it possible?
Without flower braces, no. I think the tool will add these flower braces to indicate that the list is split there.
Wherever it is getting split,
Wherever,
in order to indicate.
Yes, it will. It is. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to
Possible to
do it
remove it.
without the braces. So wherever
So-
it is split, it will add that flower brace to indicate it, to show to the user that it has been split there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Next is L sort. So L sort is we will use this L sort when we have numerals in our list and you need to sort it in ascending order or descending order. Then you can use this L sort. Okay. So yeah. So the first example is ascending order. Now I have created a list called my list with some numbers in it, 5, 3, 8, 1, 2, some random numbers. And then L sort is the command and which list I'm going to sort it out. That list name I have mentioned here. Now when I'm going to execute this and then when I'm going to print the list, it will automatically sort the list in ascending order, which means the default sorting list is ascending order. If you want to explicitly sort the list in descending order, then you have to give this option L sort hyphen descending. Okay. We will execute both of this together. I believe everybody is trying all of these in your JDoodle also on your screen. So can you see the first two lines? L sort ascending order. So for the first one, we didn't mention any option. It automatically sorts the entire list in ascending order. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. And then for descending order, you have to explicitly mention hyphen descending. And then you can take the list will be sorted in descending order. Okay. Any doubts in L sort? We'll move to the next one. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, some 4, 5 commands. After that, we'll move to arrays in list. Okay. Okay. The next list command is concatenation. And the keyword is concat. Concat meaning you need to combine two lists. You have two lists and then you need to combine it into a single list. 2 or more, 3, 4, how many number of lists you can concat. So once you concat, it will be displayed as one single list. So that is all about concatenation. And the format is the same. Concat and then mention the name of the list that you need to concat or combine. Okay. So I have two lists here, one list with A, B, C and the second list with D, E, F. Next in line number 34, I'm using the keyword concat and then $list1, $list2. So all the elements of list1 and list2 will get combined and it will get saved in the variable combined. And then when I'm going to print that value in combined, I'll get the combined list. We'll execute and see. So can you see the output? A, B, C, D, E, F, both are combined in one list and we got one separate list. So this is all about concatenation. Concatenation means it simply joins two lists. That's all. Okay. We'll move to the next one. Any doubts in concatenation? Once you know the keyword and the format, it will be very easy for you to understand Tickle.
Append is also same, right? The append operator is also same, right?
Append is adding one value or two values to one list. Concatenation is combining two lists altogether. Like you have two different lists, and when you need to combine them, it is concatenation. Appending is adding one value to another list.
Okay.
A little difference between both the two. We'll move to the next one, L search, L reverse, L index, and L assign. We have 4 more commands we have. So L search means you want to search for a value in your list. I think we saw L search already, didn't we?
Yeah, L search, I think L search and L index completed. L reverse not done.
Yes. We'll search with the value. Okay, fine. And then it will print the index. Okay. Then we'll move to L reverse. So L reverse, from the name itself, you can understand. You have a list, and if you need to reverse the values of that particular list and print that, then you'll use L reverse. So we have a list here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm using the keyword L reverse, and then which list to reverse. So $my list. We'll execute it. So the actual list is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when we'll get the reversed one. That's all. That is all about L reverse. Okay. L index also did we see in yesterday's class?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Then we'll move to last command of list, L assign. So I will include all of these examples also in the PPT. Maybe sir may put it in the separate, he will add to the PPT and send you. So all of these example commands also I'll add. Maybe today or tomorrow you can get that entire PPT of what we did in yesterday's and today's class combined.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just comment these. Now, in list, I told you that internally it will be stored with some index or key values, right? So if I have apple, banana as values in my list, the index of apple will be 0 and the index of banana will be 1. So that is the default index value, right?
Correct.
That is done by the tool itself. Now, if you want to assign indexes specifically to the list, so for example, if I don't want 0 or 1 as indexes, I want some specific indexes so that it is easier for me to understand. In cases like that, you have to use L assign. So you're assigning values or indexes to the values in the list. So now I have a here. My list here is apple, banana, and cherry. Now I am using this L assign command. Let's see. Okay. So first I have a list, apple, banana, and cherry, and then I'm simply printing the same list again. And then I'm using L assign. L assign is the keyword, my list is the list name, and I'm adding 3 different values here, first, second, and third. So what it will do, first the word first will automatically be assigned to apple, second will automatically get assigned to banana, third will get automatically assigned to cherry. Okay, and then when you print when you print with this dollar first and dollar second and dollar third, which means when you're printing with the keyword that you have assigned, the values assigned will get printed. So the values assigned are apple, banana, and cherry. So respectively, the values assigned to the key that you have assigned will get printed. So first we'll see how it is. So first my list is printed. So since, okay, there are 2 put statements. So 2 times it is getting printed. Now you see line number 60 to 62. Puts first element dollar first. So dollar first means the value of first is apple. That value will be printed here. Dollar second means the value of dollar second is banana, because you have assigned second to banana using LSI and third to cherry using LSI. Okay. So when you're calling the values using the keywords, which is first, second, and third here, the values assigned to that key will get printed. So basically, you're explicitly giving some key values, giving some keys to your values in the list. Okay, default it is 0, 1, 2, 3, which the tool assigns. But if you want to specify some different keys to your values in the list, you have to use LAssign command. Understood?
Yeah.
So by this, yeah, your LAssign is over. I mean, all the list commands are over. Yeah, so this is also same set of examples only. I'll comment them, then we'll move to the next command. Technical classes, it'll be a little bit monotonous only because we are just seeing commands and executing how you know how it will be, because it's at least we should know the basics of tickle before moving to physical design. So once we move into the technical concepts, it will be very interesting. Every day we'll see different scenarios and particular and corresponding lab sessions also. When we see, it will be more interesting. So just for one or two or three classes, we'll have tickle, and then we'll see CMOS basics, and then we'll move to physical design. Okay.
Like every sports needs some warm up, right? So that
Oh,
warm up it is actually.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
For cricket, you should before doing gym, you do warm up freehand exercises. Like for a footballer, they run a bit directly. They don't jump to Euro Cup or La Liga. They first
Hmm.
do some warm up. That is only the warm up. It is actually so that you don't get some stretches and aches in your ligaments while playing.
Okay. So and by this, all our list commands are over. Yesterday, what we saw arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, and then list commands also we have completed today. So now we are moving to a new topic, arrays, how you will create arrays. And then we will see loops also, arrays, strings and loops we'll see today. So if time permits, we can finish all of this, or else we'll continue in the next class. The next week class we'll continue. I'll be back in a minute, just a minute. I'll be back.
Hi everyone. Everyone able to get the classes properly?
Yes, we have.
Okay, great. Good. I will tell ma'am to provide tasks for you guys for the week, what have been covered over this period of 2 days, so that you guys be engaged and doesn't get bored over the weekdays, so that you able to work properly and figure out the issues, what's going on. Okay. I will tell ma'am to provide the detailed things to you guys. Okay. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Please provide them with some tasks over
Yeah,
the
I will give
weekdays.
some weekly assignment, something like that.
Oh, okay.
That will be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can provide me, or you can directly deploy it in the group directly. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sure, sure.
Okay.
Okay, now we will see arrays. Okay. So you all know what arrays are. Just like how we create a matrix or an array, we are going to create arrays in Tickle. Now, in the concept of arrays in Tickle, we have two types of arrays. One is called as an associative array. Okay. Another one is called as indexed array. Okay. So, what is the difference between associative and indexed array is that in indexed array, we will assign a key value for the we will assign a key for the value in the array. Just like how we saw in list, we will give key values to the values that we are going to create in the array. But in associative array, we won't be doing that. So that is the only difference. Okay, we'll see the syntax. So the syntax is first the keyword array and then name of the array, whatever name you want to set, or the variable name of the array, and then whatever values you want to include. So this is the syntax. Okay, the syntax for array is keyword array and then name of the array and then values of the array. So in line number 84, I have created one basic simple array. So first what you have to use a keyword array. Whenever you're going to uh, create an array, before the set value, you have to mention that it is an array. Only then the tool will understand that the values of this variable my array one will be an array. Okay, array and then set my array one set command and then my array one is the value array name and then in flower braces whatever values you need to add in the array that you have to mention. So this is the simple syntax for array. And then if you need to print an array, it's a little different. Uh, before you, when we were using lists, we'll just give puts and we will print that whatever values we need to print. But for arrays, you have to give puts and then array, again the keyword array. You have to use a command called get. Array, get, and just the array name. This is your format to print the array. Okay. So this array, the keywords and the syntax will be a little different in arrays concept. So just make sure you note that. So now I'll execute it. Now can you see here? I have created an array called myArray1 and the values apple, red, banana, yellow, cherry, red, they are present here. But if you note that the order in which we have created the array, the same order you'll not be able to print. So there is a different functionality of Tickle. Why the arrays are not in the same order that we have mentioned. So I have mentioned the reason here. So if you can see line number 89 and 90, you can understand. They do not guarantee or preserve the order of their elements because the data is stored based on hashed keys for efficient access, not in the order of insertion. So these hashed keys are keys which are assigned to these values in the array internally by the Tickle compiler. We will not be able to view it. Some machine readable key values will be assigned to the values, and based on those keys only, based on the order of those keys only, the corresponding values of the array will also be mentioned. So that is like an internal functionality of Tickle. So if I give apple, red, banana, yellow, cherry, red, the same order will not be able to see when we print the array. Okay. But all the elements that we have included will get printed. But because of this particular reason which I have mentioned, we will not be able to see the same order. Just a different order we will see. Okay. That is one thing that you have to note down when you are using arrays in your program. So that is all about associative array.
I'm Christine. I have a question.
Yeah.
If I print again, this will be the same value. Cherry, red, banana, yellow, apple, red. It will
Okay.
always
If
be
you're
the
going
same.
to print again,
Yeah.
I don't see. No, the order is not changing.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the order won't change because the key that is assigned to the word cherry will be the same no matter what, how many times you print it. So that is assigned by the tool. Okay, so how many times you print it, that order will be the same.
Thank you.
Maybe if you're going to add some other values, okay, I will add something else. Berry or something else if I add, then the order might change depending on the values in the array. Can you see the order has changed? So depending on the values in that particular array, keys will be assigned, hashed keys will be assigned by the Tickle compiler, and how many ever times you print that array, that same order only will be maintained unless and until you add or delete the values in the array. Okay?
Okay.
So this is all about associative arrays. Okay.
I have one question here. Why the apple is in the some different color compared to other?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a string, right?
Yeah, it is correct. Yeah,
Else can you remove the starting array and just keep the set, then it will set?
No, actually, I noticed wherever you type Apple, okay, so similar to the knowns.
Wherever I type
keywords,
Apple or wherever that first value is there.
Yeah, no, but wherever the keyword is there, right?
Okay.
Tickle keywords similar to the Apple is also treated. Even actually in other examples also I noticed. I mean,
okay.
But even I was wondering. Yeah.
Okay.
But for other things, it won't show market in red. Actually.
If I put Apple in some other place, okay. No. So whatever value is coming, like the first value is getting highlighted. I guess.
That's correct. But earlier, right, we haven't seen, right, like whenever you said something or
Okay. Okay, I'll check this. Even I'm not sure at this point why this compiler is taking like this. Or maybe to highlight that the first value, it is showing like that. Anyways, I'll check and let you know. Okay. Okay, next we are moving to the concept called indexed arrays. So indexed arrays means you are assigning an index explicitly, you are mentioning an index to the value in the array. Now, this syntax is also a little different compared to associative array. In associative array, all the values we will be adding in the same line. You just put the array name and inside the flower bracket all the values you will mention. But here you need to mention the key value. So set my array, the index value in that braces, and then the corresponding value. And then the second index, the corresponding value, third index, and then the corresponding value. And then puts the print statement is the same, just like how you saw for associative array. Puts array, get my array. So this get is a new keyword that we are seeing, right? So puts array, get my array will print the corresponding array. Now we'll see how the output of indexed arrays. So can you see the index and then the value, index and then the value? That's how internally it is getting stored. So 0, 10, 1, 20, 2, 30, that's how your indexed array will get saved. Okay, that is the difference between associative and indexed array. In associative array, just the values. In indexed array, index and then the value. That's how the order will be. Now we'll see some 1, 2, 3. These 3 commands for array is enough to understand arrays. And then we will move to if loop, if structure, if condition, while loop, for each loop. We'll move to the loop structure. So these commands are enough to understand arrays.
See, there's an element. What is that element?
Which element?
Line 112.
No, that is the variable name. See, this value I am saving in the variable called all elements, and in the next line I'm printing it.
I thought it was a command. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So the next command is array names. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's another example that I've included. Gets. Okay, so the next keyword corresponding to array that we are going to see is names. Now, if you're going to use array names, what it will do is it returns a list of keys or indices in the array. So if you're going to print puts array names and then the name of the array, the indices, index values, meaning, so in this example, which is the index and which is the value? Red, green, blue are the indexes, right? FF0, 0FF and 000F, all of these are the values of those particular keys. Now, if we need to print the index values alone, only the index values alone, then you have to use names, the command, the keyword names. We'll execute and see how it works. So what it has printed, only the index values of the array it has printed. The index values are red, green and blue. And as I said, the previous reason, it does not print in the same order. But still all the elements, all the keys will be printed. So if you give the, if you use the word names, only the indexes will get printed. But instead of names, if you add get, what will get printed? The entire array will get printed along with the index. Index value, like that it will get printed. If you're going to use names, only the index will get printed. Understood?
It like what?
Yeah. So if I'm going to use get keyword, the entire array will get printed
Okay.
along with the index value.
Okay.
See, blue and its blue is the key. Blue is the index, and this 000. This okay. I will give something else for ease of understanding. A, B, C, something.
Yeah. So if you are giving FF, right, then we are getting confusion.
Okay, fine.
00 FF, then we.
Okay.
This is the string, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
String, just some strings. So if I'm going to use keyword get, the tool will print the entire array along with the index. So red ABC, green DEF, blue GHI. So the key and its corresponding value, which will get printed all together. If I'm going to use get, instead of get, if I'm going to give names, the keyword names, only the index value will get printed, which is nothing but red, blue and green. That is the difference between get and names in array. You got my point?
Yeah.
Yes, I got. I have some question.
Yeah.
Assuming that you replace the red, the green, and the blue with number 012, will it be printed accordingly here?
Yes, it will. I'll just give
Starting
some.
with 0.
Okay. 0, 1 and 2 I'll give.
Yeah. Okay.
Only the index. So anything you can give as index values. Numbers or characters, strings, anything. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So next we will move to, this get we already saw. Get command we already saw here. So next I will move to line numbers 117, array size. How to get the size of the array. Okay. Array size meaning how many number of values are present in that particular array. So if I want to display that alone, I have to use the keyword size. So puts, so first I am creating an array named colors. The key value is red and some values inside I am giving. One more value I will add. Colors. Okay. Now I will execute this. So it has mentioned, it has printed how many values are there in the keyword or are there in the array colors. That's all. Simple command. If you use size, the size of the array, the number of values in the array will get printed. Okay. I'll move to the next one. Any doubts in arrays? There are two types of arrays. One is associative arrays and then indexed arrays. Associative arrays are just basic arrays where you just add the number of values, whatever value that you have to add, you add in your array. Where is it? Yeah, line number 84. That is your associative array. You create a array using the keyword array and then an array name and then values of that array. That is associative array. From line number 95 to 97 is your indexed array, where you explicitly mention an index for the particular value that you're going to add in that array. Okay. And then we saw three commands in array. Array names, array get, and array size. So if I'm going to use array names, the index of my array values will get printed. If I'm going to use get, index and the values will get printed. If I'm going to use size, the size of the values, the size of my array will get printed. That's all. That's all about arrays. Any doubts so far? If not, we will move to how if loop, like if condition, how to use if else, and then we will move to while loop. Here while and all you must have seen earlier. We will see something new called for each in Tickle, and this for each command only mostly you will use in physical design. When you start moving to the projects, you will see more of this for each command being used. And then we have strings, how to manipulate a string. Just like how we saw list, we had a set of commands for list, right? Like that we'll see for string. Yeah, and then I have for loop. Okay, this for loop I will add along with while loop when I come to that part. And then we'll see two different new commands called break and continue. So this also we will see. So first I'll go to if condition. So if condition is the basic condition that we see basically in all programming languages. We'll see how to use if. So the condition that we give inside if it is satisfied, it comes inside the condition, executes whatever is present inside, or else it will print, it will move to the else part and print or do any operation that is present inside the else part. So that is all about if else. Anyways, we'll see one simple example. So I have in C line number 123 and 124. Now in line number 123 and 124, I am assigning values 10 and 20 to variables A and B. Okay. Basic assigning commands I have executed here, set commands. And then in line number 126, I have executed my if condition. If $A is greater than $B. So $A means what will happen? The value in A will be checked. Variable substitution. Dollar means variable substitution. Remember that. So value in A is greater than value in B. I'm going to check that condition. If that condition is true, I'm opening the condition and I'm adding one basic print statement, put statement inside the if condition. else, another one puts condition. Okay. Now this one you have to remember in tickle, whenever you are having an opening brace, it should continue along with the condition that you have mentioned before. It should not be in a separate line. The closing brace can be in a separate line, but the opening brace cannot be in a separate line. Okay, remember that. Now I will execute this if condition. So what is B is greater than or equal to A? So the else part has been executed. So 10 is obviously not greater than 20. So it is not going inside the if condition. It is coming to the else part and then printing whatever is present inside else. If I give if $A is less than $B, then the condition is true and it is going inside the if part. So A is greater than B. The condition is satisfied. So it is going inside the condition and then printing whatever is there is present inside the condition. Any doubts in if condition?
No, we're okay.
Okay. So next one is a little advanced version of if else. So if you see in line number 36, you'll have an if condition. And then in line number 39, you have else if, another one condition, and then else. So when we will use this kind of structure is that when you are having two or three conditions or two or three conditions you have, then you will go for if and then else if. In the else if part, you will mention the second condition. And if you're having one more third condition, another one else if you will mention. And then finally, you will close it with else. That is the concept of if else if. So in if else, we will have only one condition. In if else if, you'll have two conditions. Okay. We'll see it with one example. So see line number 135. I'm assigning a value 15 to A. Okay. Now the first condition I have mentioned in if is if $A is less than 10, which means if 15 is less than 10, I have to come inside the condition and print A is less than 10. In line number 38, I have one more condition. I need to check if the value in A is satisfying the another one condition. So that condition I will mention using the keyword else if. And then I'm checking if $A is equal to 10. If that is satisfied, it will come inside the loop. Now, if both the conditions are not satisfied, only then it comes to the else statement. Whatever is present inside else, it will print. That is the concept of if, else if, and else. Okay, we'll execute this and see. So what is getting printed? A is greater than 10, which means else part is printed. meaning both the conditions, the if condition, else if condition, both has failed, so it has come to the else part. So if $A is less than 10, it is obviously not less than 10, so it is not going inside if. Again, it will come to else if, and it will come to else if and check that condition. If $A is equal to 10, it is not equal to 10, so it will not go inside else if also. And then it is coming to else part, and then it will print whatever is present inside else part. That is all about if else if condition. If you have more than one condition, you will go for if else if structure. If you have one condition, you will if else structure. That's all. That is the only difference. To like this, else if you can use many 3, 4, 5, n number of else ifs you can add in this particular structure. If you're having like 5 conditions, 6 conditions, then those number of else if statements you can add and you can execute. Okay, that is the difference between normal if else and if else if condition. Any doubts in this?
Yeah, I'm okay, but I have a question though.
Yeah.
I noticed that
Get it.
in a regular variable, like in line number 156.
Like line number 150?
156. Just an example.
160?
156.
156 is saying.
Yeah.
156, okay.
That is apple, banana, and cherry, right? It's like an array, but in an array, you don't put dollar on the variable when you put it. While in this variable, you put dollar. I think I did not get the dollar connotation. What is the difference?
Come again?
In the array, you don't put dollar.
Dollar, where?
But
I'll go
here,
to that. I'll go to the arrays. Let
like
me know
this one,
which
colors. Yeah.
So where? In the put statement.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah. You
so
don't.
You're saying I did not mention dollar here.
Yeah, in the line 85 and 86.
Yeah. Good catch. Good catch. So the why we are not adding a dollar there is because I am already mentioning that my array 1 is as array here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the keyword array. So for arrays, there is no need to use that dollar symbol.
Okay.
But for the other constructs like lists or any other string or whatever it is, you have to use the dollar symbol.
Oh, okay, okay.
Since we are using the keyword array, it will go and search for the array which has this name called my array 1.
Okay.
Okay, there is no need to use dollar basically. So because we are already declaring it as an array, that keyword will do that function of the dollar, that searching part.
Thank you, Christine.
Okay, so you don't need to use dollar basically in arrays. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good that you've observed this. Okay, where were we? If else if. Okay. So any doubts in if else if structure? We'll move to while loop.
What is the use of this dollar here mentioning?
Dollar is for variable, is for substitution, variable substitution. So whatever value is present in this variable fruits, so in line number 157, the value in that, the values that are stored in that variable will be called.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is just a calling
dollar
value
is yes, I'm calling the values stored in that variable. That is the use of dollar.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll move to the next concept, loops. So we have three loop structures. One is while loop, for loop, and for each loop. For each is something that you will be seeing newly in Pickle. For and while you must have seen in this Java C languages. The same structure only. For each alone is a little different. So we'll see first the basic loops, for loop and while loop, just for an example, and then we'll move to for each. Okay. So first we'll see while loop. Okay. So in while loop, what we will do, we will mention the condition along with the keyword while, and then if the condition is satisfied, the compiler goes inside the loop, executes whatever statements that are present inside the loop, and exits out of the loop. So basically, that is the operation of while loop. Okay. Now in line number 145, set I1. So the value 1 I have assigned to I. Next is while $i less than or equal to 5. So I'm going to check if the value in I, which is 1, is less than or equal to 5. If that condition is true, the compiler goes inside the loop. And what is the first statement? Puts. So whatever is in the value I, it will get printed. And then you are incrementing this I. Incrementing, after increment I means the value, whatever value is in I, it will get incremented. So in C, C++ and all, you would have seen increment as I. I think you must know I++. This is how we will mention increment operation in C languages. In Pickle, just we have a keyword for it, increment, INCR. Increment I means the value in I will get incremented. So initially the value of I is 1, so you're incrementing it to 2. So with that value 2, it is coming out of the loop, and again going to the start of the loop, it will check if that value is less than 5. 2 is less than 5, so it comes inside the loop, and then it will print 2. So it will keep repeating like this unless and until it breaks the loop. So until 5, it will get printed. And then it is going to increment 5. When incrementing 5, it becomes 6. Again, it goes to the start of the loop. It checks the condition. It is false. It will not go inside the loop, and it will just come out of the loop and exit the program. That is how you are going to make use of your while loop. So I'll execute it. Now can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So it is for every value of I, it has come inside the loop. It has incremented it, goes back again to the condition and checks. It's the loop only when the condition fails. So that is all about while loop. Any doubts in while loop? Yeah.
No, but I have question.
Yes.
Assuming that I forgot to put line 148, how can that will go to an infinite loop, right?
Yes.
How
Yes.
can I stop
If
this
you
in the output? Can I stop that in the output, that infinite loop?
you have to just break the, like you have to manually break the loop, like Control C or something. You have to manually execute it, or else
Okay.
it will keep running.
Okay, so Control C might
Yeah,
do it.
Control C is, yeah, in your Linux, in your when you're actually using your tickle in your Linux machines, you have to use Control C to manually break any command getting executed.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So this is while loop. Now we'll see for loop. So in for loop, what is the syntax? The same syntax that we've seen for loop is only we'll be seeing. So the keyword for, and then initiation, condition, and then this is the syntax. Number 150. That is the syntax for the value initiation. That will be the first part, and then the increment part. That is the format of for loop. So the same program that we saw in while, if we're going to write in for, this is how we will write. So the initiation part is I1 part I'm mentioning in the first part, and then the condition I'm setting, and then the increment part I'm setting. If all of these are true and satisfied, it comes inside the loop and prints the value. Whenever the condition fails, it will break the loop. Same program, just with using two different loops we are seeing. That's all. So I got the output. So the loop is broken when I gets incremented to 6. That's all about for loop, for and while loop. We'll move to for each.
Christine, I have question.
Yeah.
This variable I in the for loop, will it be available outside the loop?
This variable I?
Yes, the I. Set I is equal to 1.
Or like this. So if I set I as 1.
Yeah, and I mean, no, I mean, don't do 152. You put that in 156. Puts $I, will it be available? It is outside the loop already.
This puts $I must be outside the loop.
He's saying like with 156, if you put that $I.
What will happen? Will it
156, row number 156. Yeah.
Tell me what will happen. Pink can tell me what will happen. What will be the output?
I am assuming that this is 6, but is that valid?
Yeah.
No, I mean you
if you want that kind of an output, it is valid.
I mean you leave 154 with okay.
Only if I put this puts in 154, all the increments I'll be able to see. If I'm going to put this puts in 156, the last value I only be inside inputs. So in this case, only 6 I will see. So so the last updated increment is 6. Right?
So that variable I is a global variable. becomes a global, right? I can see that anywhere in the program. Is that true? Even if I do that in line 164, that will still be 6.
Yeah, no. So whatever value that I set in line number 152, for loop will not take it. Okay, we will
Yeah.
check. So I am setting I as 10 in 152. In
Yeah.
153, I will set it as 1.
Yeah. Yeah. What I mean is this I that is set in line 153, 153, 1 to and increments. This I will be available all the way, even in line 164. If I use puts $I, will it still be
Yes, the value
Mm.
that I'm setting using the for loop only will be considered. Even if I set I as 10 here in line 152, it won't consider. So
Yeah.
if I'm
Okay.
using puts $I inside the loop,
Yeah. It will.
only one will be considered.
So that value, variable I, is going to be available in line 164, 164, right? If I
Yeah,
write,
I think correct. I think you are correct. Christina, what he is saying is like after 156, the dollar value I should be something like let's say 6. Okay, that
yeah,
6 will be applicable to the entire other rows also,
program.
right? Other
Okay.
program. That's the
Yeah.
he is saying like that. Correct.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that,
It's
yes, right.
overwriting the value, right? So whatever you
Exactly.
declared in a 152, that will become overwritten.
Yes,
No,
correct.
156. No. What he's saying like after 156, let's say I is the 6 value, right? So if I after some time like after once at 165, if I put again the dollar value I, then it becomes the same value, right? The 6th number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what he is asking.
So the reason why I ask is the I, assuming we don't have 152, remove the 152. The I is set in the inside the for loop. Then it becomes available even outside the loop. So
Yeah, we'll check that.
it
So I
becomes,
will write one expression. Yeah, I got your point. So
yeah.
what you're saying is after this loop, the value of I is going to be 6. It is not going to take the value 10 or 1. It is going to remain with 6. That's what you're asking, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so we will check. So now after this put statement, I will execute this command.
But
So I'm adding 6 and 2, and I'm printing that particular value. So technically the value of C should be 8 because that is the value of I, not 1 or 10. Can you see? So the last incremented value of I is only being it
Okay.
is overwritten. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
that
we
is
can.
I value is carrying. Okay, carry
Yes.
forward. So
yeah,
how?
but
Okay. In
I
addition to this question, I have one more question. Like how we can initialize that? Like after that 156, I don't want to carry the I value. I want to make it 0. Let's say R 0 or some other thing.
Some
I
other
just
thing.
want to make
So
it
what
like
I will
initialize.
Okay. So again, I will add a set statement here. Set I
We need to
to
declare again a
0.
new value.
Yeah.
Yeah, redeclaration. I'll declare it again.
You mean that like
Now
set I
if I
equal
execute
to
this,
0, is
the
it?
value of C will be 2.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, set I as 0, right? I'll give 1. So can you see the value of I is made 0. So C value is 2.
Correct. So 0
6
plus
is
2 is.
not getting carried forward. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay, now we'll move to for each. For each is more simpler than while and for. So once we see for each, you will understand how it is simpler. We'll see first the structure of for each. Now see line number 163. Okay. In line number 163, I am assigning apple, banana, and cherry to fruits. Okay, now for this apple thing getting highlighted, can you see line number 170 and 176? The first value is getting highlighted. So maybe this compiler is made in such a way that the first value must be highlighted and shown to the user. Maybe that is why this apple and this 1 in 170 and A in 176 is highlighted.
Okay.
Basically the first value.
First
So
value.
maybe, yeah, like that. Okay, so coming back to for each. So in 163, set fruits, apple, banana, and cherry. So I'm assigning these values to fruits. Next is in 164, for each. So this is the keyword. For each is the keyword. And then the variable name, fruit. This is the variable that I'm setting for each. I will add the syntax. Syntax for each is for each the keyword and then a variable for each and then the variable which should be called. Okay. So the keyword for line number 165, first the keyword for each. Now for this keyword for each, you have to assign one variable, different variables. So here fruit is the variable for each, and then the variable which should be called. The values of which variable you are going to use in this for each loop. That I'm going to use with $fruits. So I'm going to call the values of the variable fruits in the for each loop using the variable fruit. You got the point? For this keyword, I am assigning one more variable, and then only I am going to mention which variable I am going to call. So this is the format. Okay. So what this line 165 will do is automatically it will call each of the value in the variable fruits repetitively. There is no need to mention an increment or a condition, nothing of that sort. Automatically it will call apple. First it will call apple, it will come inside the for each loop, execute it. Then automatically it will go to banana, it will execute the for each loop, come out of it. Then again it will go to cherry, execute it and come out of it. There is no need for us to mention any condition like this. So here in for condition, if you see line number 153, we have mentioned a condition. So there is no need to mention a condition and an increment also when we are using for each. Automatically call the values of the variable and it will execute and it will exit when it reaches the end of the variable. I will execute this and show you'll get a clear picture. Now can you see what has happened? I have called the variable fruits using the for each loop, and inside the for each loop I am printing. So puts $fruit. So $fruit is the variable each. So what is happening is each value of the variable fruits is called one at a time. So apple is called first, and then that apple is assigned to the variable fruit. So that's how commands work, right? You have a keyword, and then you have a variable, and then you have a value. So that value is assigned to the variable. So when I'm using for each and I'm $fruits, the first value is called. So basically the first value of fruits is called. What is the first value of fruits? It is apple. Now this apple is being called here and it is saved in fruit. When I'm going to print this fruit again inside the loop, the first value which is saved will get printed. And then it will automatically go to value. That is the concept of for each. Each value of this variable, the loop will work automatically, and when it reaches the end of the value, so when it reaches cherry, after cherry there is no extra value. So it will automatically end the loop and it will come out. So if I'm going to add another value here, it will execute until orange and it will come out of the loop itself. There is no need for us to mention any condition or increment, just like how we did for and while. That is the best use of for each. Can you see here? Until orange it has executed and has exited the loop. Any doubts in for each?
Can I for each an array?
Yes.
If I
Get
have
it.
array,
You want?
can I use the for each?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
In array also you can use.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. What you have to do, just you have to mention the array name here instead of the variable here. Just use the array name.
Well, Krishna, I have one doubt. For a difference between for each and for each in collection, is there any difference?
For each and for each in collection is for each in collection we will use in tool oriented structures, like inside when you go
Yeah.
inside the tool.
Mhm.
For each in collection you will use. For each is a generic command that you will use in tickle.
Okay, okay. So we cannot
The
use it here is a for each in collection, right? It's a tool defined one, you mean
for
to say?
each in okay. For each. Okay, I'll check that. For
Yeah,
each.
sure.
Yeah, there is for each underscore in. I think you can use here. Yeah, you can use. Yes, you can use in generic structure also for each in collection. For
Oh,
each in
okay.
collection.
Your laptop battery is low.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I guess you can use for each in collection. The usage is also pretty much the same. Set all instant assignments, set all. Yeah, you have a variable and then the variable which you need to call for and set of commands to execute. Yeah. So the usage is also the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we will go to the next part. So this in for each you have three methods, I guess. Yeah, these two are enough for understanding for each. So there are two types in for each. So the first example is iterating through a list. Like you have a list and automatically through each value of the list by itself, execute whatever commands are present inside the loop. Now next example is multiple variables. So we will see an example for this. What is this multiple variable concept? Okay, now this is another concept in for each. So now you are going to create a list which has some connection between the values. So in the previous list that you saw in line number 163, I have just mentioned a collection of fruits, some name of some fruits inside the variable fruits. So apple, banana, cherry, and orange, just some name. I have names of fruits I have added. Now in line number 171, I have made sure that the value, first value and the second value has some connection. So one and then the alphabet of that one, two and then alphabetized version of two, three and then the alphabet of the word of three. So I have created a list like this with some connection between the values in the list. Now I have to make it meaningful when I print it. So like this, I need it when I print. So one, the word of one, and then two, three, like this, I need to print it. So for that also I can use for each. So here I will mention the syntax. It's a little different. So here the syntax is for each, and then in the earlier example, if you see line number 164, I have mentioned only one variable. Now here I will mention two variables, variable 1, variable 2, and then the variable which should be called. So this is the syntax of for each with multiple variables. So the keyword for each and then variable 1, variable 2. So basically I'm assigning two variables simultaneously for each. And then the variable that should be called. Now, if I'm going to use set no, I can assign only one value to one variable at one time. So set A10, set B20. Like this, I can assign only one variable at one time. I cannot assign like set A10, set A, B, 10, 20, like this I cannot assign if I'm going to use set. Only one variable at one time. But if I'm going to use for each, I can use multiple variables. And the tool will understand that it has to assign the values simultaneously from the variable which it should with which the for each is calling. So in this example, see line number 173, keyword for each is present, and then I have two variables, and two variables I have to mention within flower braces. I will add that in the syntax also. So how many number of variables we use, we have to mention it within the braces. Now the two variables that I have added is num and word. So num is variable 1, word is variable 2, and then variable which should be called. So in this case, I'm going to call the values of the variable pairs. So $pairs. So that is the syntax. And then I'm opening the brace. Now what will happen is num, the value, the keyword, the variable num will be assigned to the value 1. The variable word will take the value, this one, the second value. And then again, and then in the next loop, I mean in the next iteration, num will take this 2 and word will take this 2. In the next iteration, num will take this 3 and word will take this 3. So simultaneously, it will keep taking the values like that. It won't, the tool won't get confused. It will simultaneously, whatever values are there, it will assign the values to those variables, and then it will check for the next set of values, assign the values to those variables. So we'll execute this. Yeah, I have already executed, right? Yeah. So if you see in the first iteration, so puts $num and $word. So I'm first printing the variable num. So the value that is assigned in num is 1. And then in word, this 1 is assigned. And then it is coming out of the loop and it is again checking. So for the next loop, next set of values will be taken. In num, this 2 will be assigned, and in word, this 2 will be assigned. And then in the next loop, the next value, and then the next value. This is how for each will take. Now if I'm going to put here some other variable, num, word, x, okay, and then I'm printing it, we'll see how it is getting executed. Can you see how it is taking? The first value is assigned to num, second value 1 is assigned to word, and third value 2 is assigned to x. And then in the second iteration, it goes to the next value, TWO. This is assigned to num, 3 is assigned to word, and this 3 is assigned to x. Can you see how for each is assigning values to variables by itself? You don't have to do any condition, you don't have to mention any iteration, nothing you have to mention. For each, that keyword will do the entire operation. Any doubts in for each?
No. But I have some question. Simple
Yeah.
one. For example, in line 171, I
Yeah.
have one number, one word, and in the last I have number 4, but there is no 4 word, just 4. What will happen?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll see what will happen.
Oh,
So,
It's still
yeah, good question. What that you've asked is. So what is happening is, for the first two loops, it is finishing the operation. For the third loop, when it comes to the third loop, only 4 is pending. So this 4 is assigned to num. So after 4, there is nothing to be assigned to word and x. So it will be just blank. If I'm going to add 5, if I'm going to add 5, 6 like this, then all the 3 loops will take values. Can you see?
yes, I got it. I
Okay.
thought that it will flag an error.
No, it won't.
Okay.
So what for each will do, it will simultaneously keep assigning values. If there is no value to be assigned, it will just exit out of the loop. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next is strings. Okay, we have 10 more minutes. So first, okay. So I will finish these two, okay, because this break and continue are related to the loops. So I will finish this, and then if we have time, we will move to strings, or else in the next class we'll see strings. So far we have seen 3 different types of loops, right? For loop we saw, while loop we saw, and for each loop we saw. Okay. Now we are going to see 2 different keywords which we can use along with these loops. Those 2 keywords are called break and continue. In line number 236 and 243, you can see there are 2 words called break and continue. So what this break will do is, if you insert that word keyword break there, even if the loop is not failing, it will break the loop and come out of it. Wherever wherever the break statement is inserted, it will not execute the loop after that. It will simply break and come out of it. So we will see how it does that operation. Now come to line number 234. I've used the basic for loop. So for set I is 1, I've set I as 1, and then I is less than or equal to 10. So that is the condition, and I'm going to increment I. And then inside for, observe carefully, there is one more if condition inside the for loop. So if $i is equal to 5, then it is going to come inside the if condition and break the for loop. That is what is going to happen. So now first I will comment this. First we'll see the loop. So now the entire for loop will get executed. Yeah. See, I have commented the break statement. So first for set I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 10. Yeah, the condition is true. It comes inside the loop and it will execute line number 238. Basically printing the value of I, and then it will increment I. Until when? So this increment operation will keep going on until value 10. So after 10, it will get incremented to 11. The condition will fail and it will come out of the for loop. So this is the concept of for loop, right? Now, I am going to add a new keyword called break. So what this break will do, even if the loop is not failing, or even if the condition is not failing, it will break the for loop and come out of that loop. So now see here. So similarly, the value of I is 1. It comes inside the loop. As soon as it comes inside the loop, it is seeing line number 235. So if $i is equal to 5, if which it is not equal to 5, so it will not go inside if loop, if condition, and it will come to line number 238 and print the value of I. Okay, and then it will increment I. It is incrementing 1 to 2. It will check the if condition. It is false. So it will again go print the value. And then it keeps getting incremented to 3, 4. And when it reaches 5, the if condition is passing. So $i is equal to 5. So the condition is passing. So it comes inside the condition and it is seeing the keyword break. So what will happen? The entire loop will break at 5 and it will exit. Now I will execute this. So can you see after 4, the loop has not executed at all. The keyword break will take the entire control of the loop. So even if the iteration is not passing, not failing, it will break the loop no matter what. So if you need to break the loop at some point, and if you don't want to execute the loop completely, you can include this break statement in your loop. Any doubts in break?
No.
So this break concept is clear?
Yeah, it's clear, but I'm wondering why this break breaks the for loop. It just did not break the if.
You're wondering what?
The break statement, line
Hmm.
236,
Yeah.
breaks the whole for loop, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's not just breaking some for this with quantity. The if. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I
So
understand.
I will give you a real time scenario. See now, okay, you have a big loop, okay, which has some 200 iterations. So instead of I less than or equal to 10 here, I'm giving 100. Okay. So 100 times this loop should go on.
Yeah.
But now, because of some constraint, you need to break the loop. There is no need for you to search for 100 times. You need to break it at 10th time or 20th time.
Yeah.
Then you can insert this break.
Yeah,
And you can exit out of the loop. Okay, this is where this break, yeah, you can use this keyword use, you can see in scenarios like that. Okay, now we will come to the, yeah, today we will finish with continue, and then we will see strings tomorrow, I mean in the next class. So the next keyword is continue. It is just the opposite of break. So you are executing break with one condition in this example. Similarly, you are executing continue with one more condition. Like if you want the loop to continue, then you are giving one condition. Now we'll see what it is. Now we'll see just the for loop. I'll comment it, then we will add continue. So for set I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, it is going to increment I and print the value. Normal for loop. So it will exit after 10. Okay. So all the 10 numbers are printed. This is the simple for loop. Now I am going to insert one condition and continue the for loop if $i modulus of $i is equal to 0, then only I will continue the loop. So we will see how this output is coming. So can you see, if the modulus of the $i is equal to 0, only then the loop should continue. So what is modulus? When you do modulus, that the remainder will be taken, right? So
Yeah.
Division means what will it take? What do we call it? Divisor. Do we call it divisor? 2, 4. Okay. Now I got.
I forgot already.
Yeah, I got also.
Dividend, divisor, dividend.
Modulus and division. What is the difference? So the remainder will be taken when we are going to do modulus. So if $i modulus 2 is equal to 0. So first the value I is coming inside. I modulus 2. What is I modulus 2? 1, 2, 1.
If I is 1, the
If I is 1,
answer is 1.
what is 1 modulus to what we will get?
1. If I is 1. If I is 2, it is 0. The modulus. If I is 3,
so if I
modulus.
modulus 2 is not equal to 0. Yeah, it is not equal to 0. So it is not coming inside the loop and it is printing I. So in this case, I is 1. and then it is incrementing to 2. Yeah, so now I got, okay, now I got the point. So see, first the value of I is 1. It is coming inside the for loop, and then it is checking the if condition. 1 modulus 2, if it is checking if 1 modulus 2 is equal to 0. It is not equal to 0. The condition is failing, so it is not going inside if. It is straight away coming to line number 245 and it is printing 1. Clear until this?
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay. Now I is getting incremented to 2. Okay. And then it is coming to line number 242. So 2 modulus 2 is equal to 0. So the condition is true. Since the condition is true, it is coming inside the loop, and what it is doing? It is executing continue, which means the loop action will continue. It is not going to print anything. So it is going to continue with the next value in the loop. So the loop is continuing, which means I will be getting incremented. It will not execute the put statement. It will directly continue the loop. It will not execute what is below this continue statement. That is
Hello,
why it
ma'am.
is not printing to. Yeah.
Yeah, today to 11:30, right, class?
Yes, sir. Yes. This. Yeah. With this one, I will finish.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, where did we finish? Yeah. So when it is getting incremented to 3, and then it is checking the if condition. So 3 modulus 2 is not equal to 0. So it is not going inside the if condition. It will come to line number 245 and print that value. That is why you're seeing 3 here. And then 3 is getting incremented to 4. It comes to line number 242. So 4 modulus 2 is equal to 0. So it is coming inside the if condition and it is continuing the loop. It is not executing any other statement inside the loop. You have to remember that. If the compiler sees continue, it will continue the loop, meaning it will directly go and increment. So the any statements below continue will not have any power. It will just not execute that statement at all. It will directly go and increment, or it will directly continue the loop. So I will add a comment here. It will be simple. It continues the loop and does not execute any other statement below the continue keyword. So now it makes sense. I think now it will be clear for you. So as soon as it sees continue, it will continue with the loop and it will not execute any statement below that. So that is why for 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, put statement is not getting executed. It directly continues the loop.
Yeah.
Clear
got it.
with continue?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. So today's session we will end with this. So in next session we will see strings, we'll see, and then procedures we'll see. Procs, how to write our own procedures. These two we will see. And then tool commands we will see when we go into physical design. So only when you move into PD, only when we start seeing the technical part, we can understand the tool commands. Okay, so I will give some examples of tool command like report timing or check timing. So some examples of tool commands which we will not understand now because we have still not entered the technical part yet. So the tool commands we will see once we move into the PD class. Now we will be seeing generic commands which we have covered again today, and then procedures we will see in the next class. Okay, so strings and procedures we'll see in the next class. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
And
you.
I will give a simple assignment so that try to make sure that you are able to complete it in the weekdays, and in the next Saturday class we'll discuss that, and then we'll start with that day's class. Okay. Okay.
You can send the materials or the assignments in a group directly, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. I'll send it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Okay, everyone. And please, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, to the map, the group. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye.